Here we go. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Golf Al Arab podcast. I'm your host, Mustafa. And today we are thrilled to be joined by professional golfer, Joshua Grenville-Wood, a rising star on the DP World Tour and the Challenge Tour, proudly representing UAE. Joshua, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. Glad to join.
Joshua, for those that don't know you, tell us about you.
Well, I think most people know that I'm someone who can hit it a long way and obviously represent the UAE and have done now for almost 2 years, I think. Yeah, almost 2 years now representing the UAE. So I think that's the two main things most people know about me. Yeah, I've been living in the UAE now for almost 8 years, calling it home for a while. And yeah, it's great.
How did you start golf, Joshua? Tell us a little bit of a background of your golfing journey.
So I started when I was 2 years old. That was when I first swung a golf club. My dad was also a pro. Played obviously when he was at the golf course. I would go with him and play golf all day long, whack balls, just have fun, as a kid should do. So I started when I was 2, and then I started really taking golf quite serious when I was about 15, 16. And then I started to practice more and take it more serious and play tournaments.
From the perspective of just get into a game that you love and becoming a pro golfer, how difficult is that for people?
I say it can be very difficult. I think adjusting from amateur or junior golf to professional golf, I think is a very big jump. You've gone from, I guess, not worried about what happens to worrying about everything that happens. Everything depends on how you play every week, with making money to survive and, trying to live off and, get your name out there. I think it's a lot more difficult to adjust to than people think.
Well, why I'm asking this question, because golf in the Arab world is still comparatively a new game for compared to the UK, let's say, or the US. People, there is a lot of talent out there, and we have a lot of golfers that are trying to break up, become pro. And as you said, one of the difficulties is the finance of the game. It takes a lot of resources to become a pro golfer. But things are getting better. I mean, opportunities and people and a lot of federation, especially UAE, Saudi, Morocco, they're investing a lot in pro golf, amateur golf, if you might say. So what would be your advice, let's say, to this new generation of golfers that are trying to break up and get into pro golf?
I think the main thing that you have to learn is you got to make sure that you keep enjoying it. It's very easy when you switch from amateur to pro to get quite overwhelmed with everything, and it can be quite stressful to start with. Because not everyone has the opportunity. When they first turn pro, they're playing straight on PGA Tour or DP World Tour or Asian Tour, where you make the cut. Okay, I'm doing okay. I've got some money now. You're starting off on development tours where you need to play very well to make what you put in. And I think it's very easy to get a bit too stressed out over that, and you lose, I guess, the enjoyment of playing, because we all play good golf when we're happy, don't we? And I think that's the hardest part, is trying to stay happy.
Okay, all right. Hopefully, we'll have good golfers coming up in
I'm sure
the
there's
Arab
plenty
world.
of them.
Yeah. So looking to your 2024 season, you played 25 events across 3 tours, mainly on the Challenge Tour, 4 events on the DP World Tour, 3 on the Asian Tour. You have recorded approximately 3 top 10s. Your best result came in Delhi with 2nd place. A fantastic 9th place as well in Ras Al Khaimah at the beginning of 24. At the Swiss Challenge, You had great results as well, T5. Walk us a bit through your season. How did it go? Are you satisfied with your level or where it ended?
Yeah, I think I was very happy. Well, for the most part, I was very happy with how I started the year. I was excited to play on, DP World Tour for the start of the year and play in some big events and play in the Middle East. I love playing out here. I think I'm very comfortable playing out here because I've been out here for so long. And then so I started off great, and then obviously played well up until about April, and then started to struggle a little bit, which lasted a few too many months. The summer was quite tough. I didn't feel like I was playing bad, but I didn't feel like I was quite there. Was just missing something. I made a decent amount of cuts on the number, made it by one, and just couldn't really get it going. Figured it out a little bit towards the end. She played well in Switzerland when I really needed to get my full card on the Challenge Tour. So that was really nice. And then played okay in China at the end of the season, the postseason. And, it was starting to just run out of steam a little bit. Was quite tired towards the end of the year. You know, I mean, the events in Qatar and Saudi, those were just, I think those were horrendous for me. I tried to forget about those as quick as I could because that's some of the worst golf I've played in a while.
On the flip side, Joshua, you recorded 12 missed cuts, right? Mainly in the summer. So as you said, you started the year really well in the Middle East. When you have that many missed cuts, how do you deal with it to get back on track and try to? Because it's most of the time it's not just the game is there, right? Maybe psychology of it, conditions, or maybe just a little missed putt makes a difference. So how do you mentally work back to getting on track and trying to do better?
Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough, because you can easily miss 2, 3, 4 cuts in a row, and then, you're really asking yourself a lot of questions. And I think, the hardest part is learning to reset yourself every week and, try and turn up every week to the tournament with a sort of clear mindset of, okay, this is a new golf course. This is a new week. I know I'm very close to playing good golf. You just got to kind of trust in yourself. And that's the hard part. At the end of the season, when the pressure was on for me and I knew I needed to make a couple good finishes, I missed the cut in Portugal, missed the cut in Italy by one. And I was like, come on, I can't end my season like this. This is not right. And then, just tried to find a way to trust myself a little bit more and played well in Switzerland. And obviously then that boosts your confidence and then you start playing a little bit better every week. Now your confidence is high, but it can be so tough when you're missing cuts to stay positive and to stay, level headed because no one's going to be able to go miss 3, 4 cuts in a row and then, turn up and win the next week. It's not always like that. It's so difficult.
Yeah, golf is very difficult sport, but you did well. You have a full card. You finished the 62nd on the Order of Merit on the Challenge Tour. You have full status for 25. So, what's your plan? How are you looking? What's your goals for 25?
A few of them are pretty similar to last year. My goal is to get onto DP World Tour full time. Whether that ideally I'd love to have that through Challenge Tour finishing in the top 20 because I find that that's the most rewarding way. You have to be so consistent throughout the year to get into that top 20. And I think now that, as it's shown the last few years, if you can finish inside the top 20 on the Challenge Tour, you can easily contend on the DP World Tour. The level of golf on the Challenge Tour now is so high and very, very little difference to playing on DP World Tour. So that for me is my big goal, is to finish inside the top 20. I think you just, you just kind of got to stay with it. That's the big one for me.
Right. Very well. The schedule for the Challenge Tour has two events in the UAE in April. How do you prepare for those events? Your home event, in other words, you're the star. In other words, when playing there, so people are looking forward to seeing performance from your side. You did well in 24 in Ras Al Khaimah. So, do you think that these two events, let's say in UAE, are the events you're looking forward to?
Yeah, definitely. They're on two golf courses that I know well. Obviously playing in my home country, which is nice. I think, I learned a lot from playing in the ones in 24. Obviously, there was a lot of pressure on me. Well, I think I put most of the pressure on myself in the events that we played this year in Dubai. Obviously being I guess what you call the home favorite or the highest ranked golfer from the UAE. So, there was a lot of pressure on me, mainly from myself, but also you can feel it. There's a few more cameras around and a few more people watching you. So I think this year I'm looking forward to it a lot more, more because it's just nice to be able to play at home. You don't need to fly anywhere. You can play on golf courses, so you can try and enjoy it a bit more this year would be nice.
Yeah, but the pressure, as you said, pressure. Most of the pro athletes consider pressure a privilege. When you're playing in your home country events, pressure is way higher, obviously, and people are expecting you to show up and do a bit big in there. Do you feel a lot of pressure in there, and do you think that this pressure helps you get better?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Sure, pressure is a great thing because it can often bring out the best in you. Obviously, it can do the opposite and it can topple you and beat you up. If you don't feel pressure, then, what almost it means nothing to you then, doesn't it? To have a bit of pressure and a bit of nerves means that you care and you want to do well. And I think the big thing that I find is when the pressure's on you, you work yourself a little bit harder. You find ways to get better quicker, because you learn things pretty quick when you're in a tournament and there's a lot of pressure and people and stuff like that. You'll learn what you can do and what you can't do pretty quick.
Right, right. So on for the next season, when are you started? So what's your game plan for the tournaments you're gonna play?
So yeah, we start off in Morocco, obviously the Pan Arab Pro Championship, and then come back to Dubai as quick as possible and get the Middle East swing underway on the DP World Tour, which I'm really looking forward to. Played decent last year in the events, so looking to obviously try and improve and play better this year.
All right.
Yeah, that's the main goal. Just play as well as possible and just have fun out there.
All right, let's have fun. But and hopefully you'll be shining more in there, especially in the tournaments in the Middle East, where you have a lot of eyes on you there.
Yeah.
Now, Joshua, going to your stats, as you said, you're someone who's known for hitting the ball very, very, very far. A lot of pro on the DP were. I remember Pepperell played with you. Not sure which tournament, but
Kama, yeah.
he went on he was shocked. He said he has never seen someone that swings the club that fast. So tell us a bit about your speed, Joshua. That's something that people are, it excites people to see golfers swing to the club that fast. And it even excites people more when you're consistently doing it and not having to hit the ball like way too left or way too right.
I think it's been one of my strengths for a while now is, my driving with obviously how far I can hit it. I'd say a lot of it's been down to I guess what you call the lack of care for where it goes. Being able to stand up there and just hit it most of the time obviously is a big help because you're not tense, you're not nervous. But, a lot of it's down to what I've done in the gym over the last few years and building up sort of what you call like your fast twitch muscles. A lot of people ask, obviously, how do I hit it so far? And I think the only thing I can really say is just lift some really heavy weight in the gym. And, there's not really a solution for it. I mean, you have to lift some very heavy weight and you have to get very strong. That's always been my belief and how I've got my speed.
So it's mainly fitness.
Yeah, yeah.
You work a lot on your fitness. Do you work every day? Do you have a plan?
Yeah, pretty much.
How your week looks like? Let's say pre-tournament. Let's say you're not playing this week or not playing 2 weeks, and you have a tournament in 2 weeks. Do you go to the gym every day?
Yeah, probably 6 days a week would be in the gym. I'd be in the gym, doing a lot of squats and a lot of stuff that I guess power lifters would do. They do very explosive stuff in the gym, but also they do it with very heavy weight. So, you're struggling with every single rep and every set you do, you're really struggling. And I think a lot of golfers don't want to do this because they're obviously one, scared to get injured. And two, it's just hard. Like no one wants to be struggling for an hour or two in the gym and throwing around weight and stuff like that. Most people don't like doing that.
Yeah, so that's what was my follow-up question, basically. So you're not afraid of getting injured because really your swing on TV looks like really fast. You don't need to look at numbers.
No.
And I'm thinking of the injury side of it because in the long run, the more you swing the club fast, the higher the chances you might
Yeah.
get injured. No.
I think it's all relative. I think if you're strong enough in the areas that you need to be able to handle the speed, then I think you're good. You look at, how long drive drivers do it. Obviously their career is a lot shorter, but how they've strengthened their bodies and been able to cope with moving at crazy speeds. I think, I've had my fair share of injuries over the last 5, 6 years with the speed and, you learn so much through each injury, and tweaks in my back or my neck or whatever else. And I think when you adjust to that and you figure out how to stop that from happening and you get stronger in those areas, then I think you can easily play long enough to not get seriously hurt. I think the mistake a lot of people make is they try swing crazy fast and they have no muscle or strength behind them. And that's when you get hurt, is when your muscles can't, keep up with how quick you're moving.
Okay. It's let's the injury stay away. Do you have the thing? So looking at the numbers a little deeper, you average in 317 yards on the Challenge Tour.
Yeah, it's a
That
bit short,
is
that.
really uh, that is way higher than the PGA Tour average, right? Way higher than the DP World Tour average, obviously.
Well, it's on DP
Because,
World, I average a lot more than that.
yeah,
People say, how long would you be? It's obviously relative, I think, to what tour you play because the conditions on each tour are so different. On the PGA Tour, you're playing in nice sunshine and dry golf courses, firm golf courses. DP World is the same. You're going to hit it further. I think this year in the 4 events on DP I played, I think I was averaging 334, I think it was, which was number 1 for those 4 events. And then obviously Challenge Tour, you go down, it's different conditions. I'd like to think I was the longest on Challenge Tour as well, but
the stats for your driving are really showing. Behind this, what's the speed? What's the club speed you're averaging on in tour condition?
yeah,
Because I believe training and tour conditions are a little bit different.
a little bit. Uh, Very rarely do I ever go 100%. It's all managing. I think I'd say, on court, I swing around 127, 128 miles an hour. Obviously my quickest I've got was 140 miles an hour. But on course, I think the quickest I try and swing is maybe 132, 133.
Okay.
A lot of it, obviously, like you said, is injury prevention. There's no need to hit it 100% every time. If you can hit it at 80% and you're hitting it further than everyone else, then that's good enough.
Okay. Looking at the other side of golf, besides driving, you have like really strong. You're strong in driving. You are really as well strong in putting. You have really good stats in that. I mean, you're in the top 15 on the Challenge Tour in terms of putting 1.73, I think, per round per hole on the Challenge Tour. So that's a strength as well in terms of getting better results, no?
Yeah, I mean, that's a new stat for me. I would say I'm one of the worst putters on the tour. So it's obviously all relative. I think some people would say I'm a good putter. Some would say I'm not. I mean, I'd put myself in the category that putting is probably my worst thing in my game.
Really?
I think it's the thing that sort of holds me back at the minute is putting, especially in, well, the last 2 weeks in Saudi and Qatar. I mean, it was dreadful. I
Yeah,
think
okay.
it's something I'm putting a lot of time into to try and fix and get better at.
All right. Okay. That's you have something to work on. Improving putting as well is something that makes a difference in at the end, especially for making cuts and when you have to make like a really pressure pass. You have like 3, 4, 5, 6 foot of pressure, right? In terms of your irons, do you feel you're in hold of them? You're comfortable with them?
Yeah, fairly. I'd say, obviously with the advantage of hitting it quite far, you don't hit too many mid irons or long irons. On par fours, mainly just wedges. But I'd say, yeah, I'd say they're probably quite high up there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of the better parts. I mean, it's more when you get, for me, I find you get inside of 100 yards. That's where my problems come up.
Okay. All right. And your bag. Can you walk us a little bit through your bag? What you're playing?
Yeah, it's all Titleist. So I play the GT3s, Woods, and then I play when I play the CB in a 4 and a 3, and then I play the blades through the rest of the bag. And then the Vokey wedges and a Scotty Cameron putter. So all Titleist, Vokey, Scotty bag.
Very well. Very well. So for 2025 part, you're looking to better the most. If I understand from our conversation, would be putting maybe. But are you looking to improve any area of your putting, of your game in general?
I think all of it. There's always room for improvement with everything. I think the biggest thing for me going into 2025 is just improving the consistency with everything. When improving your bad days so they're not as bad, I think is kind of the big part. I missed a few cuts last year by 1, 2 shots, so quite easy to pick out a couple shots over 2 rounds of golf. I think it's overall just trying to improve the consistency of everything, and you're going to have a lot more opportunities if you do.
Okay, right. Well, wishing you good luck in 2025, and hopefully we see you making them cuts and contending top tens.
Yeah, we need some wins.
Do you have any? Do you have any? How we call it? A goal, let's say, or do you put yourself like targets in terms of I want to make that many cuts, or I want to get to this top 10s, or I want to win, or I want to, obviously
Yeah, I
everybody
want
wants
to
to win, but
obviously want to win. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the big
obviously,
thing.
yeah, that's what we played.
I've been chasing a win for a while now. I don't even know how many second places I've had now. It's a heck of a lot. So I think chasing a win is obviously a big thing. I wouldn't say I really focus on trying to make cuts because at the end of the day, I don't really want to make a cut and then finish 40th. I want to be up there contending every week. So I think just trying to go out there and win every week is, is something I try and do.
That's this. It's the golf is not an easy sport. Like every time it sounds like you have one winner, yeah, but still, second is not really.
It's not
You
bad,
might
but it
have just
runs out
missed it.
after a while.
It's
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
get pretty tired of
So
finishing second.
the you good, very good luck for a win very soon, hopefully. And moving on to the golf in the Arab world in general, Joshua. How you've been playing in the UAE obviously for a long time, and you know the region, you know the how people look at golf. It's not the most watched or followed sport, obviously. But what is your view of golf in the Arab world, and how do you see the future of golf in the Arab world?
Yeah, I mean, it's come a long way, and even in the last few years, it's come a very long way. It's growing a lot. There's, record number of events now in the Middle East on very big tours, whether it's Asian Tour, Live, DP World. There's so many tours now playing here in the Middle East, which is great because, you can showcase some local talent, but also you're showcasing, what golf is like in the region and, get some of the best courses in the world out here in the Middle East, and it's great to show everyone, what they can do. I think, I've seen it in Dubai, obviously firsthand, how much work and effort and money is being put into golf with, now having challenge tour events, the Asian Pacific Amateur, all these amateur events, they're wanting to grow the game so much here. And it's great to see because inevitably you're going to have more younger, talented golfers coming up, wanting to play, wanting to represent the country and just show off Arab golf.
All right. So you represent UAE with pride, Joshua. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, I mean it's very pride. It's an honor to be able to represent such a great place. It's been my home now for a few years, and it's a place I've put all my life into to being here, and to be able to represent that this country is a true honor because there's some great people behind the scenes working very, very hard in the game of golf, out of the game of golf. you know yeah, it's really, really good.
And also UAE, invests a lot in golf for a long time now. Beginning in the 90s, the Hero Wall in Dubai is an event that is like became like a flagship on the DP World Tour. And the next month in Dubai, you're gonna have like the biggest stars in the world playing. Rory would be there, Ram would be there.
Yeah.
Many, many more. So UAE invests a lot in golf. Do you think that this supports influence, golfers' careers? Did you see yourself, you got an opportunity to showcase your talent
Yeah, 100%. 100%. A big thing for me, being able to represent the UAE is the opportunities that you can get. For me, you know, it's priceless. I think desert the Desert Classic is one of the best events in the world that anyone can play, sort of outside of the majors. It's iconic. A lot of big players have won it with Tiger, and Rory's won it so many times, and you've had like Montgomery and everyone else play. I think it's such a important event on the DP World Tour. but also, you know, all over the place. You know, it showcases also a lot of what the Arab golf can put up.
The Saudi International as well. I played it last couple of weeks ago. It's becoming really a flagship event in the region as well. It's a big event. Big players are playing there. Liv is gonna be playing as well there in the next couple of months. Do you think that golfers around the world, especially big stars, realizing that it is a region for growth in terms of golf? Rory he loves the Middle East. He loves Dubai. He started
Yeah.
there. He started in Dubai. I remember as well that Sevi was he won in Dubai, as you said, Montgomery and all. But globally, let's say either in the UK or the US, where golf is the biggest. The region is lately becoming the focus of the world. How do you see this affect your career and Arab golfers' careers?
Yeah, it makes a big difference, you know. I think one of the big things it attracts is obviously the viewers and, you know, the number of people actually paying attention to golf, you know, with, you know, just the contacts alone that the world, that even just the Desert Classic brings to the golf in the region makes a big difference, you know, being able to host all these big events and have all these sponsors and stuff like that. You know, it's very important. I think one of the toughest things for young pros is finding sponsors. And when you have all these big events in that region and you're able to play in these big events and you have the opportunity to, then, you know, make life easier for the young pros to get their sponsors and stuff like that, where you're in a region where it's a very healthy region for that.
And if we say a hypothetical, question, when do you think we'll have a winner on the DP World Tour? Let's say for an Arab winner on the DP
Next
World
year.
Tour. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Let's go for
Well,
it.
there's a few good players now that have a chance. It's I
Yeah.
think it won't be too long. I think there's a lot of very good juniors coming up, especially. I mean, I don't know about the other Arab countries. It's quite hard to see the juniors coming up. Obviously, you have Adam, who's played very good from Morocco. You know, I know there's a lot of very good over here in Dubai that are playing very good, especially on the women's side. You know, the women's golf is getting very good. You know, they won again last week in Oman. You know, there's so much talent now starting to come out of the Middle East, and I don't think it'll be long till you see a lot more Arab flags on the leaderboards and all over the place.
All right, but for women in general, they are performing quite better than men for
Yeah.
Arabs. And I was talking with Maha last week, and she said as well that it would make a difference, like a way bigger difference when you have both men and women, especially contending on the big stage. For women, let's say we have a winner on the Ladies European Tour. Ines, both are playing on the main tour in Europe, Ines and Maha. As you said, Adam looks like a really good potential for Arab golf. But moving on to getting like talent, and good players to actually making champions or getting champions. This plays here, right? What do you think? No, I wouldn't say it's missing, but what would it take to move and getting champions on the DP World Tour? I'm on the PGA Tour playing the
Yeah.
Masters. I mean, I've been writing for dreams of seeing an Arab walking down the 12th hole in Augusta. Why not?
It'll happen soon. But I think it is tough. I think at the minute, I think the numbers of Arab golfers are just too few. There's not obviously a big enough pool of players, I think. And I think you give it 3, 4, 5 years when you've got thousands more golfers playing, you know, it makes a big difference. And obviously now with the facilities that we have out here in the Middle East is next level. They can contend with anywhere else in the world. So I think it just takes a bit of time, when golf is still I would say quite fresh for a lot of young people here, especially Arabs. It's not something that you're brought up playing or anything like that. So I think you have to start somewhere, and they've obviously started with a lot of juniors now. There's so many juniors playing golf, getting lessons and going out to play, that I think inevitably it's gonna create a few very, very good golfers. But like all things, it just takes a bit of time.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, it makes the process way faster, let's say, to get an Arab winning a big tournament. Yes. So the amount of the number of players playing golf before, having all these tournaments was almost close to zero. Right.
Yeah.
Mostly expat were playing golf in the. And now, once you have a winner, a champion on a big stage, then the following is just history. You will have obviously a lot of players. So why not? You have the talent, you have the capacity, you're getting the experience needed as well, content on the big stage, and the opportunity is there, obviously, for you to shine. Why not go out there and I don't know, you need 25 under to beat Rory, most probably. So
It's doable.
good luck to you.
It's doable. You just need a good week at the right time. Everything falls into place.
Yeah.
You gotta. I think the main thing is you just have to trust yourself and believe that you can play well with all these guys. I mean, for me, I've shown myself more than enough times that I can compete at the highest level, and just need to do it more often. Would be nice.
Yeah, right. So hopefully next is a big win. 25, 20.
Yeah, in January there'll be a good one.
That's your word. So we're looking to see you lifting a trophy on the DP World Tour, maybe. The challenge tour should be them. That's the goal. So Joshua, let's look a bit at some funny questions, maybe, or short questions. Obviously, I wouldn't say it's a question, but what is your favorite club in your
Driver, for sure.
That's it's an easy one. Yeah. You prefer your driver than your freewood?
Oh yeah, it's more fun. You can hit
Yeah.
it further.
You hate do you hit a lot of driver of the duck in play? No.
Not too many. I don't hit too many 3-woods either.
Okay. Your favorite golf course? Which one you?
Either Augusta National or Royal County Down.
All right, Augusta. Have you played the Augusta before?
I've been a bit lucky, yes.
All right. How many hole-in-ones you have?
5.
5, right. In tournaments?
Never in tournament. I mean,
Never in tournaments.
not a
Okay.
proper tournament. I've had 2 in like a mini fun tournament with other
Yeah.
people, but none in an actual professional tournament.
Maybe, how call it, which is the most memorable one you have?
Which one did we have? I had one at the L's Club with my coach, and we were losing 1 down with 2 holes left. And I had a hole-in-one on 17 to win the hole, and then we won the 18th hole to win the match. So that was probably the most important one. It stopped me from losing some money.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Your dream golfing partner, Joshua, who's?
I mean, Tiger. It's got to be Tiger, doesn't it?
And who's your favorite golfer?
Tiger, yeah. The guy's just done things that no one else can do.
Yeah, obviously. What's your favorite snack on the course?
I normally have either peanut butter jelly or a Nutella sandwich. That's my go-to every day.
All right. You usually eat a lot in the
Not
tournament?
too much. I'll have like 2 sandwiches and maybe a banana or a snack bar. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, remember a couple of years ago, Duchambeau was
Yeah, he's different.
he was
An animal.
having like 5 milkshake, I don't know, shake, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
quite different. Your favorite destination in terms of traveling to play golf?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd say maybe Thailand.
Well,
Yeah, Thailand in general is just amazing, and they have some very good golf courses there. You know, the people, the food, the weather, it's all nice.
right. And do you watch golf sometimes? No?
The majors, that's about it.
Measures. That's the search. In terms of golf videos, do you watch your swings? They try to see how not
Sometimes, not
sometimes.
very often. Obviously, that's what you have a good coach for. It's his job.
So all right. Now, what is the most memorable moments, let's say, so far in your career on course?
I think the big one for me was the putt I made in Qatar in 2023, 18th hole, which moved me, I think, from, what was it, tied 11th or 10th to 6th place. Um, that was my first big event representing the UAE. Finished tied 6th on the DP World Tour, and that putt was huge for me. Obviously, with not just the money, but the world ranking points and everything else that came with it. I think that's probably the highlight at the minute. And then this year in Ras Al Khaimah, my bunker shot on the 18th hole. I think I had a, what was it, 55-yard bunker shot on 18 and lipped out for eagle and then tapped in for birdie to finish tied ninth. You obviously always want at least a top 10 in your home event. So that was pretty special.
And your favorite play?
Oh, Desert Classic. It was pretty hard to beat that. It's the coolest event I've ever played, and by far the biggest event I've ever played. The treatment you get as a player, and even just the amount of supporters and spectators you have there is pretty awesome.
Okay. And you prefer early tee times
Yeah, I like to get it
or
out of the way quite
uh,
early. Nothing worse than when
quite
you
early?
sit around for 5 hours in the morning and play in the afternoon.
So last one, Joshua, I'll leave you the space to give some advice to young Arab golfers, young amateurs, even pro. What tips, what advices would you give these players coming up?
I think the main thing that I've learned is you just kind of have to enjoy it. Enjoy the ride, because there's going to be a lot of very bad moments. There's going to be a lot of great moments. So it's part of being a professional athlete, is that you're going to have good moments and bad moments, and the more you enjoy it, the better. Well, not only the better you play, but the better things are. You're mentally in a better place, you're physically in a better place. I think if that's probably the one thing I've really learned, is you just have to enjoy every moment, because that's how you're gonna get through everything.
Yeah. What I know from my perspective or from amateurs' perspective, we hear this advice. I'm just gonna give a counter argument. Let's say you try to enjoy the game as much as you can, but it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Golf is
Oh,
is
it's
really
awful.
frustrating. Yeah, you most of the shots are bad shots, especially for us. So it is really difficult to enjoy it. You said the mentality of it and trying, okay, I'm just going to go there and try to enjoy it. You try to do it and then you shank it way OB. So it becomes really difficult to just enjoy it. Yeah. To get to the state of mind where you are actually there is,
Yeah.
what's the trick? How to get there?
I'm still trying to figure it out myself, because it's such a frustrating game. But I think it's like trying to enjoy the roller coaster that you're on. Because, obviously 1 minute you can shank it, the next minute you can absolutely flush one 2 feet from the pit and you feel like the best thing in the world. It's the roller coaster of emotions that you can go through in a single round. You might start off bad, but you finish great. And then you don't even think about how you started because all you can worry about is how well you've been playing to finish. And it can work both ways. It's just such a hard thing to manage because it is so easy to get frustrated as, golf.
Not only sometimes, I might say. So, to finish, Joshua, what do you think are the next steps, or what should the region, the Arab world in general, do to make golf more accessible, popular, to get more young kids to play golf? Generally, I know that the UAE is really doing a really good job in this area. Talents, the facilities, and everything is there. There is a broader region. The Arab world is quite big, yeah. And the more the golf become popular, the more opportunities and everything. So for you, how do you think golf can become, not obviously not what's in the UK, but something like close to, let's say tennis, let's say in our region?
I think the big thing is trying to get as many young people playing as you can. This is something my dad's always believed in as well, but getting as many people in school to play as possible, whether that what he does, he goes into the schools and he teaches 100, 200 kids at once, these basic golf lessons of just having fun, swinging a golf club, and you're getting all these kids engaged in golf and wanting to play golf. And I think that's the important thing, is just trying to get as many young kids as possible to play golf. And I think playing golf in school is one of the easiest ways to do that. You got so many people in one building, it's endless potential.
All right, we're hoping for takeoff in Arab world, and we're hoping you're one of the first pilots. So go out there and get that win on the big stage, right?
It'll be soon.
We're looking at that. Thank you very much for your time, Joshua, and